your principal.
And I'm Mrs. Schaefer, your Family Resource Coordinator.
So Mrs. Schaefer, do you have a letter update for us?
A letter update?
Yes, I'm wondering, did we earn the letter N in Ranger for the month of November?
Well, Mrs. Aber, I'm happy to say that we did earn the letter N for the month of November, but it was very, very close.
Oh.
I noticed the last 2 weeks in November, there were a lot of people rushing in late. We made it, but it was really close, so let's work a little bit harder. Remember, 8:45 is a good time to get here. That gives you 15 minutes to get settled in your classroom and to talk to your friends a little bit and start the day fresh at 9.
Absolutely.
So great job on the letter N, but it was tight, so work a little bit harder next month. Mrs. Aber really wants to get taped to a wall.
Oh, I think Mrs. Schaefer really wants to get taped to a wall.
Mrs. Aber, when you said letter, I thought you were talking about a different letter. I thought we were talking about these letters.
These makerspace letters, wow, they are amazing, Mrs. Schaefer. So great to see our students putting their mark on our makerspace and using the design process to do so.
Oh, I so agree. And you know what I love the best about these letters? Is that every student in every class had a hand in making it. This is a kindergarten letter, and each kindergarten student either picked glitter, a jewel, or a pom-pom to glue on themselves. I love when we work together to create.
Absolutely. In the letter I'm holding, it looks like each student put one popsicle stick of their own on here. So together, they all make one design, but each one is unique. I believe this is a first grade one.
I'm so excited for our makerspace. It's going to be a great space for Roosevelt.
Absolutely. Now, Mrs. Schaefer, speaking of spaces, there's a space at our school that I want to talk a little bit more about today. I want to talk about our cafeteria.
Okay, what's up with our cafeteria?
I think we need to review our rules for the cafeteria just a little bit more for all of our students. You know, I think of our cafeteria as a lot like a restaurant.
It is a lot like a restaurant.
So why don't we get our things ready for our cafeteria? You know, Mrs. Schaefer, every day at Roosevelt, we say we will be safe, respectful, and responsible. And those are very important characteristics for us all to have. Now, in the lunchroom, we've had some concerns with how students are not always being safe, respectful, and responsible.
That's a little bit sad because when you go to a restaurant, you need to be safe, respectful, and responsible. And there's rules at every restaurant that you go to.
For instance, at restaurants, we use a regular speaking voice. We don't scream across the room to others in the restaurant. We just talk to the people at our table. Really, the only people who should hear us are the ones who are at our table.
And you know what? In a restaurant, if you screamed, you might get asked to leave. And if everybody in our cafeteria is using a level 2 voice, no one would have to raise their voice because the person next to you would be able to hear you. So I'm wondering if people are maybe using a level 3 or a level 4. So here's a friendly reminder, level 2, speaking voice.
Thank you, Mrs. Schaefer. That's a great reminder. Also at Roosevelt and at restaurants, you stay in your seat. You don't get up and wander around a restaurant and visit other tables or go to different areas. You stay in your seat.
That's an easy one. Stay in your seat.
That's all you got to do.
One that's real important to me is the be respectful part.
You're right.
You know, Mrs. Fox and Mrs. Sheridan and Mrs. Edith and Miss Carey, they work really, really hard. And they are Roosevelt staff members. And we need to remember to be respectful of them.
Of all staff members. That's your principal, your FRC, your teachers, your lunch and recess monitors, and our guest teachers. Everybody.
Because if you went to a restaurant and you were rude to your waitress, goodbye, or your food may not be cooked the way you want. You could have asked for potatoes and they bring you green beans.
And that's a big problem, Mrs. Schaefer.
That's a big problem, Mrs. Aber.
So Roosevelt, I hope you hear this message and hear it well, because we expect you to do much better in the lunchroom. Okay, with that said, Mrs. Schaefer, I think we should wish everybody happy holidays because this is our last video announcement before we head out to winter break.
So from Mrs. Aber and Mrs. Schaefer, happy holidays, Roosevelt.
And remember, always be the best version of yourself. Now, Mrs. Schaefer, we have one more thing today.
I got a little confused.
I know, it sounded like we were done.
This must be good.
We have a 4th grader here at Roosevelt who won the I Love Lakewood essay contest. And following us right now Mr. Luke Fisher is going to read his very special essay. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Fourth Generation Lakewoodite by Luke Fisher. Lakewood is home. Not only have I grown up here, but my great-grandparents, and both of my parents did as well. My great-grandpa Percy Dooley was a Lakewood fireman, and my dad has been a Lakewood police officer for 23 years. That history holds a lot of meaning to me and my family, and I love to think that the streets I walk here now were walked over the course of 100 years by my family. Lakewood also has beautiful churches. My family would attend Mass at both St. Luke and St. Clement many years ago, and this is how I got my name, Luke Clement Fisher. I will always feel connected to Lakewood because of this. We live in a great neighborhood in Lakewood, a neighborhood that is walkable to pizza places, coffee shops, and my all-time favorite, the donut pantry. On nice weekends, my dad will pull my brothers in the wagon, and we will walk to get our favorite donuts. The people who work there know us by name and always know what our order will be. I love Lakewood for the history, churches, and our wonderful neighborhoods. Thank you, Lakewood, for being a great place to grow.
Good morning, Roosevelt friends. I'm Abby. Today is Friday, December 10th, 2021.
I'm Rylan. We hope you've had a wonderful week so far. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Lunch today is pizza bites, green beans, and peaches.
On Monday, chicken patty.
On Tuesday, lasagna roll-ups.
On Wednesday, hamburger.
On Thursday, chicken nuggets.
And there is no school on Friday. Happy winter break. Let's do a check for the weather the weekend. Temperatures bounce between 40 and 60. We may see some rain and snow this weekend. Fun fact, today is National Animal Rights Day.
Sunday is National Gingerbread House Day. It may be fun to create one this weekend.
Remember, today and every day, be the best version of yourself.
Let's say the Roosevelt Pledge together, and then we'll hear Miss Aber and Mrs. Schaefer.
Today I will make good choices. I will be safe, respectful, and responsible. I will do nothing but my best. I am a Roosevelt Ranger. Hi Roosevelt, we are part of the 5th grade Battle of the Books team. One of our December books is Long Walk to Water. It's about two people who live in South Sudan. Nia walks 8 hours every day to get water for her family, and sometimes her family gets sick because the water's not clean enough.
Sylvia also lives in South Sudan, and he has to walk across the whole country to get to safety when war breaks out. He lived for a long time in a refugee camp. When he finally made it to America and became an adult, he decided to do something to help the people in South Sudan.
Sylvia started an organization called Water for South Sudan. This organization builds wells and teaches people about the importance of clean water.
This month, Battle of the Books is raising money to help the organization Water for South Sudan build wells.
You can donate your loose change and every penny helps.
This change jar will be in the library. Our fundraiser begins today and ends on December 16th. So we have only a week to raise as much money as we can. Let's go, Roosevelt.